Today we are going to be explaining what is Tiny Journal Tuesdays, as well as we're going to get into a process. Now before we do that, here are our tiny journals. This is the journey that we've been on since last year. Now this was the first ever tiny journal that I had. So this is what it is. This is how it looks like. So it's a mini telephone book, right? So you see how small it is. This is one that is in progress now. And then this is the one that we started with. This is where the idea came from. As you can see, it's so big, the cover won't fit it anymore. That's how chunky that has gotten, to the point where I can't finish these last couple of pages. It's just really difficult to work in. So there's a lot of collage, a lot of elements, a lot of things. We're gonna have to do a flip through of this journal at some point. And then this is one of the tiny journals that we made together, and I'm going to do a flip through of this at some point as well. And this is the one that we're currently working in. We're at our last page. We're going to do that. We still have not used the front here, so we're going to do something with that as well. And this I started last year, and a lot of persons were asking me where to get this journal, and so that's how we made these together, and I stopped using this one. Alright, the initial plan, I would have sent out a few snail mails, but remember, I'm here in Jamaica, and so it would take a little while to get to you. But I would just use a regular envelope, put one of these in the envelope, and some bits and pieces of paper and little ephemera, and then ship it off as snail mail. It will take a little while, but I need to figure out how I'm going to do that. For persons who would be interested in getting one of these. So Tiny Journal Tuesday is about using a tiny journal. Sometimes we're afraid to work in our Bible. Sometimes we're unsure about a particular technique. And tiny journal is to just get us out of the rut, get us from being unstuck, get us from being hesitant working in our Bibles. And it's a fun way for us to try new things and new techniques while being on a time constraint of 30 minutes. So we have, which is not a short time, but we have 30 minutes to create something. At the end of 30 minutes, it doesn't matter if you're finished, if you're happy with it, you have to stop. And I'm not there with you to see if that's what you're doing, but it helps, because I can go back obviously I did this upside down, right? But I can go back, and I didn't have time for a lot of these, right? Because you can see this kind of feels unfinished, because it is. I didn't have enough time, so I had to stop. I didn't have enough time for this either, because there's no black on the page, right? I think we were okay with this, and I panicked because I had like literally 10 seconds, and I just did a little few splotches of the blue and the black going around real quick, so I had that down onto the page. But I love this. I love the way it turned out. We have this kind of relief element here, and that's super fun. I think we had enough time for this one. This we didn't have enough time because I just grabbed some black paint on my hand and smudged it onto the page, because I'm trying to complete, and so some of them have no writing on them. This one I had way too much time. As you can see, I went overboard with the black. I guess I was overcompensating for the other pages that didn't have any. I do like to add black as a bit of contrast. This one, clearly we ran out of time. May we focus? We ran out of time because it's unfinished, okay? And so I leave them as is. This one we ran out of time as well. So basically we're doing a flip through of this. We're having Labor Day here in Jamaica, and so I will not be available at 4 because I will be at our church Labor Day activity. So I'm doing this pre-recorded video, and it will go live at 4. Okay, so today I will be using elements from the Greatest Teacher Printable, since I have not used it as yet, and I have already pulled some elements that are small enough to fit in this journal. How this works, we have 30 minutes on our clock that's on my laptop, and so what will happen is when 30 minutes hit, you'll hear da 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 da, the little chime. Or if we finish before 30 minutes, then you won't hear that. So I am going to hit the start, and we are at 29 and 56 seconds, 29 minutes 52 seconds, and let's begin. So our scripture that I will be working with today is Matthew 7 verse 12. Typically I don't do a scripture just because we won't probably have enough time, but let's push ourselves today, will we not? Alrighty, so what I will be doing, I will not be using paint because I will not have adequate time with the paint. I'm talking faster so I can move fast. Already, I have some washi tape, some vintage Inspire washi tape. Yeah, we have some of this, we have some of that, probably won't use it. Have some of this, probably won't. They're like stickers with little book kind of things, probably won't use it. And we have our element right here. So let us begin to prep our page. That was a mouthful. Let's just blow out some of that air. All right, so I am going to start with this right here. So this is kind of like a map inspired washi tape, which I'm ripping. And then I'm just going to rip it some more because why not? And I'm gonna stick that on. Now you could put a little bit of glue under this, which was my intent, but I forgot, and I'm still forgetting. I'm still just, let's just put a little glue there, just so everything sticks and doesn't lift. Sometimes the washes, they do lift. Okay, I do have entries in my Bible where they're lifting, and it's so sad. So for this, I will definitely be using a bit of glue. It's kind of not as tacky anymore. And I'm just layering. Okay, so there's really no specific here. I am just layering, and of course, I do have other tapes. So let me pull one of those. And then you can just rip them. I rip them, that makes it last a little longer. Don't know what that accent was, I'm sorry. This one is super tacky, so that's good. And alright, so here is where I'm going to use one of these just so I have a different, and I will cut it, but I want a different color or a texture on that too. That's fun. That's fun. I think that's a different color texture thing going on there. These are fun. I think these are so fun because, oh, this is pretty. These, they do have the scallop edge, so we could use that as well. And I'm going to then read our scripture. So I think we might use this one. What do you think? Not that you can tell me because you're not here. That's what I miss about the lives. You know, you can ask questions. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? So I'm putting this right here at the edge. So fun. And I could do this up here at the top. I think I'll put that there. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I'm still asking what do you think, just because I want to know what you think. I'm going to use a bit of this dictionary paper on it as well, because yes please. I'm going to put that up here on the tape, which is slipping. And then I'm going to put this here as well. So we're doing a nice little collage. And I'm going to just put this here because no waste. Zero waste. I'm going to put these back into the... Let's get some of this first. Let's use this one. And I'm going to put some tape on this as well. And I will probably, possibly, maybe, definitely use like a journaling card to write on or something like that if I don't have the space on this to do so. So I don't have enough space to use that, so I'm just gonna rip it and put it right back onto the roll. I'm gonna tear that, put this right back onto the roll as well. And so this, you can see why sometimes it's not as tacky, because there's oils in your finger, you're touching the washi, putting some glue onto the washi. 22 minutes on the clock. Ripping it, putting it to the side like so, and then putting the clock there. Alright, I'm happy with that. Dropping that into the box. I still feel like I need some of this. I know, queen overkill, but that's fine. I think that's a really accurate name, queen overkill. I'm just gonna put a few beads right there. Drop this on the top of that. And this is not my sticky scissors, but I'm using it. I try to keep a scissor for like glue, things with glue and tape, because the tackiness builds up and then it's hard to cut your paper. I do try to do that. Sometimes I do what I just did and use a scissor that should not be cutting those tacky stuff. I'm gonna put a little glue here. Okay. And just because we don't waste things, put a little glue onto this. And we're gonna stick it right here. Alrighty. We're gonna put this in this little thing. Goes through this side. I don't think we may, let me see. And this is still not my sticky scissor. It's the blue one. We're not going to be particular right now. It is 6:47 here right now in Jamaica in the morning when I am filming this. And it is Labor Day. And so I need to hurry up and go. So I'm going to put that there. A bit of glue. Some little life changes that is coming up. I will tell you about it and possibly take you on that journey because it's so exciting. But we'll not talk about it just yet until, you know, elements are finalized. I am so stoked though to tell you guys about it. And then I'm going to just put this right here, layer that. We have 19 minutes on the clock. Oh. And then fun. So fun. All right, our scripture. Let's read our scripture before we start putting elements down. So the ESV says, as I said, our scripture is Matthew 7, verse 12. So let's go ahead and cut that out as well, so we don't have to write it. Matthew 7, verse 10, and we can stick him right there. Let's just stick it right now. Okay, so sometimes you just have to commit before you even find placement, because that's what keeps us in indecision, not knowing where to put things. So our scripture reads in the ESV first, so whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them, for this is the law and the prophets. Let's read it again. So whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them, for this is the law and the prophet. Here we are in the Passion Translation, and it reads, in everything you do, be careful to treat others in the same way you'd want them to treat you. For this is the essence of all the teachings of the law and the prophets. And in the Amplified Translation, it says, so then, in everything, treat others the same way you want them to treat you, for this is the essence of the law and the writings of the prophets. And this was Jesus who spoke these words. And why is it important for us to do and to say these things? Let me tell you what just happened. 1 second, please. Oh, okay, found it. Alright. So, because I have to make my screen a little smaller. Alright, I have 60 minutes. So, the golden rule is a principal command, right, that Christ teaches us. And we see this from Matthew 5, 21 to 22, 23 to 26, and 33 to 37, right? It tells us not to take false oaths. It tells us that we're not to murder, right? We are to honor our labor, right? We are to settle our debts and seek reconciliation, don't commit adultery or lust after a woman. So basically it's going over the commandments, right? Now, it's the same thing. If you have love in your heart, I'm not going into the scripture about love, but if you have love for yourself, if you have love for others, guess what you're going to do? You're going to treat them with respect. A lot of this comes down to the respect. And the sad part about our society here today is that sometimes we don't love ourselves enough. We don't love others, right? I'm trying to find the right placement for this. I could put it here, or I can have it there, and I can write what I want here. Okay, so if I put this here, it pops, right? It pops just because, and I wanted to use the golden rule ruler because it's yellow. Golden rule, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Okay, we put this there too, so it's yellow. Yes, sorry for the nonsense. Yeah. All right, let's go. And then we can put the apple right here. I like it a lot. Okay, we can put the apple here. I like to make weird accents. I think it's the funnest thing in the world. Of course, some persons don't think it's fun and they think it's annoying, but that's okay. That's what they think. That's okay for them. As for me, let's just glue this down before we change our minds again. Because knowing me, sometimes I do be indecisive. Alright, and so that's why you commit. By committing, we put glue down and we stick it down. Alright, the number one way to combat the indecision, the second guessing, the perfectionism spirit, just glue it down. Okay, just go for it. Just stick it on the paper. All right, and then we can stick our we don't know about that. We can use the whole apple like this, which was my original idea. Yes, and then we can put a flower or something popping up right like that. What do you think? I think that's nice. No, I think that's nice. So let's cut him in half. Let's get some glue on here. Now this is just regular Elmer's glue all. Alrighty, use what you got. I mean, I think all the glues are basically the same. It's just branding and marketing. This one is a little stronger than the regular school glue, I will say that. And I've had the experience of using Elmer's extreme glue, and that dries so fast. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So we're moving super quickly, which is crazy. We're at 11 minutes. Let's see if we can get this done in less than 30. Because sometimes we're slow crafters. I am a slow crafter. I love it actually. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. And then let's see. We don't want to overcrowd it though. It's super important not to overcrowd it. I do want to add a leaf. Maybe we can add it here like that. What do you think? Or here, like so. No, we don't need it over here. Or maybe, oh, right here. Yes, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm so hungry. You don't even understand. I have not eaten yet. I have not had even a sip of water. I did brush my teeth. You're like, Jay, too much information. I know, right? Too much information. Do I need anything else? Let me write before I run out of time and not be able to write anything down. Let's write and then we can worry about what we're leaving behind. So I have some little jottings here. Maybe you can't read that, but because I have the calculator, I decided to write based on where is my Sharpie? Let's use a Sharpie for this part. And I don't think calculations will hold because it's right. Okay, based on my calculations, there is no way beneficial is going to fit right there. Based on my calculation, it is beneficial to treat others as you would yourself. Based on my calculation, it is good. Good would fit. I'm writing it's good and pleasing to the Lord. Did we put glue on this? Yeah, we did. It's good and it's good and pleasing to the Lord. It is washy and it is sharp, so it will work. Based on my calculation, it is good and pleasing to the Lord. Let's draw an arrow. Don't know if we can see that. Hopefully we can. So I wrote, based on my calculations, it is good and pleasing to the Lord to treat others the way we treat ourselves. And since we don't have a lot of space left, what I will do with our Sharpie is to go around some of the elements. With a little black. Or we have 6 minutes. Let's see if we can't do that. Let's grab the wood. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. We can do it. I have a little bit of water in my water bottle that we can use. I will link the woody in the description down below if you are interested in it. It's like a water soluble marker crayon thing. Now I need to sharpen it, but because I keep using the paintbrush to dip inside, because this is how I use it majority of the times, I recommend that you use water because it allows it to not transfer onto the other page when you close it. If you don't add the water, that's what will happen. It will for sure transfer. So I'm just grunging that section up a little. Want a few sections. We have 5 minutes, so we have time where we can just add some black. I like adding black. I feel like it makes, elements pop. If you don't like the black, that's fine. Don't have to use it. Use another color or just leave it as is because it's pretty nice the way it was. But I do like to, like I said, personal preference. Do like to add a little black to add some dimension to it. Even though we had the black tape, but it just adds something extra to the page. We don't have a lot of sections to add the black to. Alrighty, I think that is it. So we have, let's stop the clock, boom. We have 3 minutes and 33 seconds. 333. And we are all done. We are all done. We are all finished. Let's unfocus that so you can see. So this is the completed page. If you would like to create exactly what I did, I'm going to try to link the stuff in the description below. Also, the printable will be linked in the description that I use down below. It's so fun. I really love the way it turned out. Thank you so very much for watching. Tomorrow we have a new video in our brand new series called Watercolor Wednesdays. So I'll see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. for that video. Until tomorrow, bye.